And she gave birth to her firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes, and laid him in the manger, because there's no place in the inn.
That was a long, long time ago, and a long, long way away. But the memories of men are also long, and nobody has ever forgotten a thing about my sad and queer part in it all, unless maybe it's to forget the truth about it. But you cannot blame people for forgetting the truth, since it is, after all, such a subtle and evasive commodity. In fact, all that may distinguish the truth from a lie might finally be the flutter of an eyelid or the tone of a voice. If I were to say to you, I believe, that would be a lie. But if I were to say to you, I believe, that might be the truth. So I do not blame posterity for forgetting the subtleties and make me into the black villain of the piece, the heartless one who said, no room, no room. I may even grant you a kind of villainy as part of the truth. But if you're going to speak the whole truth, then you will have to call me a villain with a catch in your voice, at least a tremor, a hesitation maybe, even the glitter of almost a tear in your eye. For nothing is entirely black, you see, not even the human heart. I speak to you as men of the world, not as idealists, but as realists. Do you know what it's like to run an inn? To run a business, a family, to run anything in this world for that matter, even your own life. It's like being lost in the forest of a million trees, and every tree is a thing to do. Is there clean linens on all the beds? Did the children put on their coats before they went out? Has the letter been written, the book read? Is there money enough in the bank? Today we have food in our bellies and clothes on our back, but what can I do to be sure that they're still there tomorrow? A million trees, a million things, until finally we have eyes for nothing else, and whatever we see turns into a thing. The sparrow in the dust at my feet, just a thing to be kicked out of the way, not the mystery of death. The calling of the children outside my window, just a distraction, an irrelevance, not life itself. Not the wildest miracle of them all. The whispering on the air that comes sudden and soft out of nowhere. Only the wind. The wind. Of course, I remember very well the night they arrived. I was working on my accounts, and I looked up just in time to see the woman coming through the door. She walked in that slow and heavy-footed way that women have at the end of their time, as if they are walking in a dream or at the bottom of the sea. Her husband stood a little behind her, a tongue-tied, helpless sort of man, I thought. I don't remember either of them saying anything, although I suppose words must have passed. But for the most part, it was silent. That clumsy silence of the poor, you know what I mean. It was clear enough what they wanted. The stars had come out. I remember the stars perfectly, although I don't know why I should, sitting inside as I was. And then my wife's cat jumped up on the table where I was sitting. I had not stood, of course. There was mainly silence. And then it happened much as you have heard. I did not lie about there being no room left. There really wasn't any. Although if there had been a room, maybe I would have lied. As much for their sakes as for the sake of the end. Their kind would be more at home in a stable after all. And I do not mean that unkindly either. God knows. Later that night, when the baby came, I was not there. I was lost in the forest somewhere, the unenchanted forest of 1,000,000 trees. 15 steps to the cellar. Watch out for your head going down. Firewood to the left. If the fire goes out, the heart freezes. Only the wind. The wind. I speak to you as men of the world. When the baby came, I was not around. I saw none of it. As for what I heard, just at the moment itself of birth, when nobody turns into somebody, I do not rightly know what I heard. But this I do know. My own true love. All your life long you wait for your own true love to come. We all of us do. Our destiny, our joy, our heart's desire. So how can I say it, gentlemen? When he came, I missed him. Pray for me, brothers and sisters. Pray for the innkeeper. Pray for me. Pray for us all, my own true love.